G'day cocktail lovers. This rather luridly coloured cocktail is called a Mickey Finn. Well, it's my version of one. That name might sound familiar. I'm sure you've heard the term slipping someone a Mickey, as in giving them something to knock them out. This goes back to who knows how accurate history. A bartender called Mickey Finn who would actually put some drugs in drinks. I think this is in the 1800s, and rob his patrons. So Mickey Finn, give someone a Mickey Finn, give them something really strong that might knock them out. With that background, you won't be surprised to learn this is quite a strong cocktail. I've made some specific choices with ingredients to get this color in the cocktail. You could use different types of the ingredients and get a fairly clear cocktail if that's what you're after, but I went all in on the color. I do want to give it a taste now. That is really strong, and the dominant flavor in there is licorice because it has half an ounce of absinthe. I have used a particularly strong absinthe that, as you can see, is artificially colored. This maker, it's their gimmick. They release things in different strengths. This is 80% ABV, the blue absinthe. They have a 70% one that's green. You commonly get absinthes that are artificially colored green. If it's natural, it's probably just going to be a light yellowy green from the herbs in the absinthe, but most of the time when you see green ones, that's artificial color. This is obviously artificial color. They also do a red one that's 75%, and a black one that's 85%. I have had that before, but when you put that in a cocktail, it just goes murky. At least with this one, you get some fun colors. Speaking of fun colors, I've used that occasionally, and I get these colossal wankers come into the comments going, "That's not real absinthe." Particularly jerk-offs who think they're the gatekeepers, and I always want to school them because they're like, "No, it's not the right color." I know it's not the right color. That's a gimmick that does not affect the taste or ingredients of the absinthe. And if you can't have a bit of fun, I don't know, fuck off. That's all I've got to say. I have no time for gatekeepers. And when these people are not really, well, you've probably heard the folklore that it was banned almost everywhere in the world for most of the 20th century. There was no good reason for the banning. It was bullshit hype, and there are a few things that are singled out that people say this is what tipped it over into being banned. It being associated with murders and whatnot. It doesn't make you trip balls. The ingredients aren't hallucinogenic in the doses that are in there. It's just usually a very strong alcohol. So you do have to be careful with it. While it was banned almost everywhere, there were only a few places that kept making it commercially, and one was Spain. This particular absinthe is a Spanish absinthe. So when someone says, "It's not real," I'm like, fuck off. These are the people who kept making it for the best part of a century when almost no one else was. So I'll trust them. And just going purely on taste, this is actually quite a good quality absinthe. It's got wonderful herbal taste. The licorice really comes through, and the other herbs as well. So yes, it's a gimmicky color, I'll give you that. But if you're that shallow that you go, "It's not real absinthe," you're a wanker and I don't care. There's also crème de menthe in this, and that's what really tipped me over into using the blue absinthe. I thought, I've got green crème de menthe, let's go blue absinthe. That'll give us a wild color. For reference, this is the color a natural absinthe would be. Just a light yellowy green from the herbal elements in here. This is an Australian absinthe from the Never Never distillery. They're mostly gin makers, but they do some really interesting experiments, what they call their dark series. This was one of them, 55% ABV. It's much lighter in the alcohol hit than the blue one, but they're both absinthe, they're just different colors. Same token, there is a Blanc crème de menthe as well, so that's what I mean, like you could have a wild color like this by using green crème de menthe, or you could use a more neutral colored absinthe and crème de menthe, and you'd get like yellowy light green color in your cocktail. This is a martini variant essentially. It's got dry vermouth and gin along with the absinthe and crème de menthe. It actually calls for Navy strength gin, so that's usually 57% and above strength gin. I decided to even it out a bit with a blend of this olive leaf gin as well. This is a mere 43%. So these provide a good balance. I wanted a bit more flavor on the gin side rather than just going the Navy strength, but it's all come together in a very strong and flavorful cocktail. I'll show you how to make it. In a mixing glass, put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of Navy strength gin, and then add half an ounce or 15 mils of olive leaf gin, then half an ounce or 15 mils of dry vermouth, half an ounce or 15 mils of absinthe, half an ounce or 15 mils of crème de menthe. Add ice to the glass and stir that, for like 30-35 seconds. This could really do with some dilution. I also like it ice cold. And then I'm straining it into a chilled martini glass. The recommended garnish for this was a mint leaf, which I think would have looked nice, but it's completely the wrong time of year for me. There is mint in our garden, there's just no decent leaves on it at the moment. As I shoot this, it's winter, almost the middle of winter in Australia. It's not the best time for mint leaves. I love it louche, if you've ever heard that term. So you'll notice the blue absinthe is quite clear, but when you add water to it or stir it with ice, it sort of brings the oils in the absinthe out and it goes cloudy. That's called louching, which is another sign that it's real absinthe. If the wankers are still here, it's real absinthe, you dorks. Man, I hate people who think they're the gatekeeper of things. If you like absinthe, because that's a lot. Often when you do absinthe, it's a spritz or maybe 5 mils, a bar spoon. Half an ounce is a decent amount, particularly when the absinthe is as strong as the one I've used. But I shall bravely sit down and sip this gently. This is not a drink to finish quickly. Drink responsibly, kids. And yeah, I don't know how far I'll be over the limit after this, but I think I probably would be. So I'll take it easy. I hope you're taking it easy wherever you are. And I do hope you come back to join me again for some more cocktail adventures. But until I see you again, I'll say cheers.